track. It may look like a giant scale electric set, but in fact this is how most Formula One racing drivers started, and it's something that all of you can try at home. This is Charles Graham, who is one of the directors of Daytona, along with Shane Ritchie and who else?
And Danni Behr.
And what made you start up Daytona?
Always had a love for go-karts, and I love the entertainment business, which we're somewhere between the two, racing and the go-kart business, entertainment business. I've always enjoyed that, so here we are today.
Which one was the first track?
This one in White City in West London, and a year ago we opened a track in Milton Keynes, which I think you've been up to with Danny.
Danny, what exactly is your involvement with Daytona?
Well, I'm a non-executive director. Sounds rather posh, doesn't it? I'm one of the spokespeople for the company, and also have bought into the company. So basically I get to ride for free whenever I like, so it's great.
And what's so great about go-karting?
Oh, you have to come down and do it to really realise what it's all about. I can't just stand here and describe it to somebody who's never done it before, because it's the thrill and the adrenaline, and it's like Formula One racing. They could stand there and talk you till you're blue in the face, but unless you actually do it yourself, you'll never really experience it properly. So.
You're particularly into cars as well. Where did all that start?
I think from my dad. I mean, he's always been obsessed with cars, and I've just kind of been brought up with two brothers who also love cars, so just kind of been around them, really.
What kind of people do you get coming down to the track?
Two types of customer. The corporate customer, where maybe one of the merchant bankers will book the place out for the evening, they'll take the whole place. And the other type of customer is an enthusiast, who then will come at the weekend and come on his own or with a few friends and race.
No matter how many times you come here and do it, every time when you get out the car, you can get in the car and you feel all nice and relaxed and yeah, I've done this before. But when you get out that car, 10 minutes later, you're shaking like a leaf, you're fired up with adrenaline, you just really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I sort of pay a couple of people for my friends for the day, and we come down and just have a go around the track. You've got practice, or you come down and do an open session like this in the evening.
The adrenaline rush you get when you're racing, you don't get there anywhere else, bar the M25, and that's costs you a bit too much money, I think, to ram into the back of people on the M25.
And what do you think? It's got a quite a sort of drunken laddie image, even though I know they can't drink on the track. I mean, does it still have that very laddish image?
Well, all I would say is look around you at the new reception facility here, and you can see we're trying to get away from that. We're not cheap. We're certainly at the top end of the market, so we don't tend to attract those kind of customers, really.
So corporate business, it's usually people coming with a whole bunch of friends from work, or...
That's what we're after, the corporate business, yeah.
And tell me a bit about how the actual car works. I mean, what is so special about these cars?
Well, it's a racing chassis built by BizKart. You've got a Honda 200cc engine right down here beside you. It's automatic. You still have to be there, of course, but all you have to do to get it moving is push the accelerator over here with your right foot, and then you've got brakes over here on the left, and a steering wheel. So it's fairly simple. You've really only got those three controls. And the one you're sitting in, Yasmin, is quite special, because you can see it's got these hand controls here, so it's actually adapted for handicapped people. And we get quite a lot of handicapped people who come and race in this car.
And a lot of people, even in Formula One, started in karting. So would it be this kind of kart that some sort of Schumacher might have been racing in years ago?
Schumacher's the perfect example. He probably started in what is called two-stroke, which is a slightly more powerful engine, which you would race outdoors. You would own the kart, as opposed to turning up at a track like this where we prepare the kart for you. You just pay your money, get in and race.
So this kind of kart, how fast can it go?
This one, I think the top speed's about 40-45 miles an hour. And then if you go to Milton Keynes, you've got another engine just like this on the other side. You probably remember they're pretty fast. They can do about 75 miles an hour. So they're pretty grown up.
How safe is it though on one of these tracks?
Well, the beauty of karting is the kart's so light. It doesn't have any kinetic energy. So if it goes into something, it doesn't carry a lot of energy. So you tend to, touch wood, not have a high rate of injury. You know, we have a fantastic safety record here. And I'm sure Danny and Shane wouldn't have wanted to get involved in something that was potentially damaging to their name, you know, so that kind of speaks for itself.
And what does your driving ability have to be like to be able to really enjoy yourself on the track?
I don't think you have to have really any driving ability at all. Everybody finds a level in these things. Anyone can go out there and will overtake somebody and get a big rush because of that. Or just get around the circuit and do a good lap time so they really enjoy it. Everybody finds a level, I think.
So you could just be doing it for a laugh. I mean, it's something that anyone can have a go at.
I think so. And as I was saying earlier, the beauty of this machine is it's automatic. There are no gears, there's no clutch. We get a lot of people who don't even have a driving license. They just jump in the car and have a go.
The adrenaline rush is just as good. Doesn't matter whether you're winning anywhere in the field, you've got somebody in front of you, you've got to beat them. You just got to beat them.
There's like a regular group of people that come, so you meet all those and you have ongoing battles with them, and some weeks they beat you, some weeks you beat them, and then there's a whole load of new people as well, and sometimes they're really good and sometimes they're not so good, so it's a great mix.
It's the adrenaline once you get out there. People sort of sit on the sidelines and look at it and think, yeah, that'd be good to try. But once you get out there, it's an entirely different issue. You suddenly become an animal.